What's going on, guys? My name's Dynasty. Now, some of you guys may or may not know this, but I just recently partnered up with ASUS and their brand new website called R.O.G.arena.com, and pretty much what it is a place for you guys to get some brand new exclusive content from fellow streamers and YouTubers like myself. For instance, just recently I wrote a pretty massive article about everything we know so far about Injustice 2. I've also talked about Mortal Kombat and games like Street Fighter V, so if you guys have a few minutes to spare, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did check out this website. Of course, a link to R.O.G. Arena inside the description of this video. So with that said, let's talk about the subject at hand, Injustice 2. Now, you guys, during the E3 week, we got a ton of brand new gameplay on display for Injustice, not to mention we're going to look at the character select screen right here. Now, as of right now, there's only 6 different characters that have actually been confirmed to be inside the roster, like confirmed and on display in the actual character select screen. Now, the Flash has already been confirmed, etc., but right now on the character select screen, there's only 6 characters, so there's a ton of remaining silhouettes, and a ton of other people have actually sat down and tried to break down all these different silhouettes. Now, I was like, okay, I really want to make a video breaking down all these silhouettes, and I probably might still end up doing that. However, I figured I'd give my 2 cents on breaking down these silhouettes, because if we're breaking down these silhouettes, there's a certain Mortal Kombat X character on display underneath Superman on the character select screen. If you do not know who that is, it's Kitana. Compare this image with this image. You can see it's her render from Mortal Kombat X, and the hair looks the exact same. And a lot of people were like, oh my god, does this mean Kitana's gonna be inside of Injustice 2? And that's when I kind of took a step back and I was like, okay, we've seen Ed Boon do this in the past. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, sit back, relax, let me break this down real quick. So leading up to the launch of Mortal Kombat X, I think it was like E3 2014 as well, NetherRealm Studios had Mortal Kombat X on display, and just like Injustice 2 right now in their character select screen, for Mortal Kombat X right here, bam! You had those 6 confirmed characters on the character select screen and a ton of remaining silhouettes all around. So you can see the resemblance here from Mortal Kombat X and Injustice 2 from E3 2014 to E3 2016. Now, during the hype for Mortal Kombat X at E3 2014, the guys over at Giant Bomb actually did interview Ed Boon, and they actually asked him, like, hey, what's the deal with these silhouettes? Now, I'm going to play the audio. It's going to shed some light on this whole silhouette thing that NetherRealm Studios has now become accustomed to doing every time they have a game on display, I guess, during, E3. So sit back, relax, listen to this interview.
All right. And are those real silhouettes? Because there was a guy wearing a little hat and saw, some other stuff.
Yeah, 100% real. 100%.
Not just clip art that you're just shading out for an E3 demo.
Have we ever done something dickish like that?
Who would blame the developers of Mortal Kombat for deceiving people?
Yeah, there's hints of truth in there.
Okay.
But there's a lie or two in there. Okay. So we just wanted to kind of mess with people's heads.
Cool.
So you just heard it from the man himself, Ed Boon. He pretty much just said they wanted to mess people's heads. There's a hint of truth here and there, but there's also a lie or two inside these silhouettes. So pretty much what I'm trying to say here is it's going to be near impossible to actually sit down and break down most of these silhouettes, because they're just pretty much placeholders. Now, the one thing that really has me struck is the fact that he said there are some hints here and there. So, okay. Are we going to see Kitana inside of Injustice 2? Probably not, because that would be just way too blatant and obvious. So Kitana in Injustice 2, probably not likely. And this is crazy. I know I might get shit for this, but what if the hint is there's going to be a Mortal Kombat character inside of the Injustice 2 roster? Now, we saw Scorpion inside of Injustice 1, and regardless how you feel about guest characters inside of Injustice or Mortal Kombat X, Ed Boon has come out and said inside recent interviews, just recently, I made a video talking about guest characters inside Injustice 2, Ed Boon has said that Scorpion sold the most inside the first Injustice game, and they pretty much said they want to continue that same method of releasing more DLC characters this time. They want to continue to just raise the bar, and they're not going to stray too far from what they did in the past. So it really wouldn't be too far-fetched if the hint was there's going to be a Mortal Kombat character inside the Injustice 2 roster. Now, this is just my thoughts, my opinions, my speculation. We had Scorpion in the first game. I think Sub-Zero would be a good counterpart inside of Injustice 2. I'm not saying I want him inside the main roster. I'm just saying it would only make sense. If you had Scorpion in the first one, you would have Sub-Zero in the second one. All I'm saying is do not be surprised if a Mortal Kombat character makes an appearance inside of Injustice 2. Now, if this character from Mortal Kombat is not inside the main roster, pretty safe to say they're going to be guest character DLC like I mentioned earlier. I made a whole video on this. Boon had that interview with Game Informer, and he said, of course, for Mortal Kombat X, the most sold characters were guest characters. Inside of Injustice, the most sold character was Scorpion. Of course, he was a guest character. In Mortal Kombat 9, Freddy Krueger was the most sold character because he was a guest character. So, NetherRealm Studios loves their guest characters in their games. Not to mention, Ed Boon's pretty much said we're gonna get like 10 DLC characters. He alluded to that inside of Injustice 2. If one of those characters isn't a Mortal Kombat character, I'd be just extremely surprised. So with that said, guys, here's my thoughts on this katana render inside of the Injustice 2 character select screen, the silhouette. And a lot of you guys are, you've been asking, like, Dynasty, what are your thoughts on this? And that's pretty much my thought on this whole thing. I think it's pretty much just a hint from Ed Boon and the guys at NetherRealm Studios saying, hey, there's going to be a Mortal Kombat character on this roster. Now, I don't think it's Katana. I think, of course, this is just still a placeholder, but of course, that interview, Boon has said there are some hints here and there, and maybe I'm wrong completely. Maybe they're just trying to screw with us and make us think that we're going to get a Mortal Kombat character. In reality, we're not. So anyways, guys, that's just my opinion on this whole situation. What do you guys think of that katana render inside of Injustice 2 right now? Do you think there is going to be a Mortal Kombat character in the main roster? Do you think we're going to see Sub-Zero as a guest character DLC to counterpart Scorpion from the first Injustice game? Let me know your thoughts and opinions inside the comment section below. Of course, with that said, I've been your host. I've been Dynasty. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it. Of course, subscribe for some more Injustice 2 Mortal Kombat X content. And by the way, these shirts, guys, not too sure how much longer I'm going to have them out, so buy them while you can, because I'm going to get rid of these and have a new design up as well. So anyways, till next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.